Yeah, that's a good idea. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us today on this lovely Friday, Open Mic Friday. I'm sure we are the only people streaming right now on Facebook, so I appreciate everyone's attention because there's no other options out there. But anyways, I think today we had two things. One, if you want to join up right below, you can go to the link and join for some selfless promoting. And two, I had a good suggestion so these Open Mic Fridays that we've kind of been doing are like a little bit of a break from the, more serious podcasts that we've been doing. So, and one of our lovely viewers, Rich Beaumont, who's a good dude and runs Equity Building Group. Shoot, Rich, what's your name? Rich, put your a link to your company in the comments if you want, actually. That would be awesome. But Equity Building Group, I think, is the name. Anyways, good guy. If you need construction use, chat with Rich. Or if you have any kind of construction projects that you need, Rich is a squared away guy. He's been in the industry a long time. So, but nonetheless, what he said was, hey, everybody's so serious out there. Let's see if maybe not so serious. So that's kind of what me and Ryan have decided to do on Fridays are lighten it up a little. We can talk real estate. We can talk coronavirus. We can talk about whatever the hell you want. And you can jump in here and enjoy the show. So, Ryan, anything fun that you want to think about talking about at the moment?
Well, I changed my swag today.
Okay. Talk about your swag, and then I'm gonna.
It's been a while. It's been months since anybody has been allowed to talk about sport. Not allowed, but sports have not even been mentioned. So last night was a draft. So whether you care about sports or not, sports fans are happy. We got a little bit of our pre-coronavirus days on the news. So I'm representing the Jersey area with Giants.
Okay, so you got your Giants shirt on. I had this ticker scrolled up from before the show, so I thought it was completely appropriate for the comment you were about to make. So, so what's been going on though? Like last night, what do you think about the draft? So you're a Giants. So I'm a Dallas fan. You're, dare I say that on this stream? You're a Giants fan, which is safe because you do a lot of North Jersey stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of Eagles fans are watching this, and I didn't even want the receiver they wanted, but I got him. So, what about you? What's your take on the mess of the draft?
Giants fans, I think, are happy this year. Last year when we got Daniel Jones, everybody was just like, "What just happened?" And not against Daniel Jones; he did a great job this year. But I think a lot of Giants fans can agree we did not have to pick him 7th pick in the entire draft. I think we could have gotten him later. But this year we got the O-line, which we've been screaming for since 2013, probably. So didn't
you spend like a year building an O-line or something, and then it just didn't matter?
It got better. It got better. So I'm not against this pick. I'm really not. I think maybe we could have gotten defense, but I think we got to protect Dan Jones and Saquon Barkley more than anything right now because that's our only chance. So.
We get Saquon Barkley, yeah. Well, let me ask you this: like, do you think because you have that stinky influence of Jason Garrett in your locker room now, and like when he came in to Dallas and when they restructured Dallas, the whole move, like Dallas, like started that whole fortify your offensive line and just run behind it. Do you think he's trying to like trickle in to like, or do you think that it was due anyway and they had to?
Well.
Like how much influence do you think he had? Do you think they listened to him and he's like just going to build you the most awesome mediocre team you could imagine?
I get your point. I'm not a big Jason Garrett fan, particularly because he was on Dallas for so long. So I got some animosity towards him. So it's going to take me some time to warm up to him. But given what you just said, he did build an amazing Dallas offense the first few years. So I'm okay if he comes in, does that, and then maybe we say thanks and let him go.
But, you did a great job. See you later.
Yeah. But I'm okay with what he did there in Dallas. He definitely turned you guys around talent wise. He wasn't able to coach it, I don't think. But he did.
Well, here's the thing with that. I don't think people give him credit for like the building process, and in reality, we call the guy that does it behind the scenes the architect. His name is Will McClay, and he's the guy that's supposedly responsible for all that drafting and like poaching for. But I don't know how much of that is like coaches strategize and then he goes out and decides who's the best value to fit the strategy, or he's just like, these are the guys you're getting, coach, work with it. I don't really know.
Right. I guess we'll find out, right?
Yeah.
If he does it again, then it's probably something he's doing.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess what you have to look forward to is a really strong 8-8 team.
Hey, it's better than 4-12. That's all I'm going to say.
True. That's true. And quite frankly, I mean, I don't know. I was looking at the Eagles post this morning with like their first round pick, and like they compared the guy. So they picked up a wide receiver who they desperately, obviously needed, but they compared him to like somebody said a poor man's Tyreek Hill. And somebody else said like Percy Harvin. And one guy was like, yeah, he probably is like Percy Harvin. The dude never scored like half a dozen touchdowns. He's never had 1,000 yards in a year. Like, I was like, oh gosh. So they are not happy with that pick. I mean, honestly, I hate adding any kind of advantage inside of a division, but from like Dallas Cowboys standpoint, like we have a receiving core. We didn't need CeeDee Lamb. I'd rather take the chance on a rookie to send him off for like, have the Eagles overpay for him, give us something we really want, and like be cool with our receiving core. Like, I don't know. I'm sure I'll talk to Jerry about that later today.
Yeah, right. As a Giants fan, I know we'll get off this topic, but I was thrilled to see Dallas get a wide receiver they didn't really need, but stole it from the Eagles who did need it. So it was like, it couldn't be better. Actually, I'll tell you, the team that scares me right now is the under the radar Redskins. They got potential, new coach. They got some talent. They could be the Cinderella story that everybody was sleeping on.
Yeah, because we're all just so used to them sucking. But I agree. I'm a little concerned that if they put the talent together just right with the right coach at the right time, and Dan Snyder backs off and leaves everybody alone, like I don't think Ron Rivera is really a Mike. I don't know. You would have thought like Shanahan stuff wouldn't have been either, but. I don't know. Like they could, yeah. There's an X factor there, and then us too, the Cowboys. Like we don't really actually know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we're all just like. I saw this funny meme one time. Recently. It was like tell me what I should think. You know, it was like, well, do we like it? We like it. Everybody okay? We're in. Like, we don't know. Nobody knows what to think. So anytime a move is made, we're like, oh no, that's what it was. It was the Nicolas Cage one from the what the hell was that? Like Hell Rider. What was the one on bike? And he's like, let's roll.
Let's go. Yeah, 60 seconds.
So, yeah. So we're thinking about that. Like as soon as a big move is made, we're all like looking around, and then we're like, we're in. Yeah, like, let's go. So that's how pretty much all the Cowboys fan base is right now. Is like we don't know. We're in.
Yeah, I'd probably say it's similar for Giants, similar for Redskins, and then the Eagles will always hate Philly. So it doesn't matter what Philly does, Eagle fans will be mad.
Yeah. There's Rich. Rich, so I was just talking about your company, and if you could post it, the name of your company and a link to it in the bottom or in the comments, that would be awesome. But what's going on? I will put your name on the screen for Samantha Miller.
Oh, I see a picture. Yeah, okay. So big shout out to Samantha Miller for helping us out on these. We needed photos very last minute, and Samantha was able to help out. So Samantha, if you got anything with your business you want us to post, let us know. I really appreciate your help on those photos.
Awesome. Thank you, Samantha. And if you want to come in and talk about football, that's also accepted. All right, what do I have on the topics? I got stupid stuff to talk. Oh, I got another funny one. So you see the funny one I'm scrolling on the bottom now?
I had my own comment, but go ahead. You started that one.
Okay. What was the other? Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one I came up with beforehand.
Oh, wait. Go back to the I haven't showered in 3 days. So what I was gonna say is,
okay, good.
I've actually showered more than I have in the last year because we work remotely. So what we say is we've been quarantined for the last forever, right? This is our lifestyle. So we go a day, maybe two. My fiance would be the first to admit, sometimes more than that for me, of not showering. And maybe that sounds gross, but I think it's healthy for my skin and hair. But anyway, because of this
immune system, it's building your immune system.
Building my immune system, exactly. Because of this show, we're on every day. I've been showering every day. My skin's getting drier. My hair's getting, it's like, what's going on? Things are changing. So I'm actually cleaner since we started this radio show than before.
I know. I don't like it. I do the same thing. I'm like, man, I've been showering every day. My body's like, what are you doing? Like, what? Who are you trying to impress? But there's something like to the routine of it that I just like the first like 2 or 3 days, I'm like, this is part of the show. Today is the first day I didn't shower in the name of like, Rich saying, hey, you guys got to lighten up.
Ease up.
Right. Yeah. I was like, you know what? I will lighten up. I'm not going to shower. That's what I'm going to do. So that is Rich's group in the comments, or that's Rich's company in the comments though. Good contracting work. I'm sure these guys will be flooded when the gates reopen here with the real estate market. So, yeah, what was the other?
All right, yeah, you moved on, and then I brought you back.
Yeah. Okay, so this one was good. This one was good too. I was like trying to think of these one-liners before the show.
Things to come out of this: Zoom, virtual tours, and socially accepted day drinking. Mm-hmm.
I think it's all very viable. I think you could see this all happening, right? Like, I think what you'll probably end up seeing are people on Zoom day drinking. I just think it's what's going to occur.
So why aren't we doing that for our casual Friday?
Right. I was thinking about it, but we've got to let this thing develop.
Okay.
Like, all right. We got to let this thing grow a little to see what we want to do with that. But like, I was also like, how many more Fridays are we going to have in this stupid lockdown to begin with? Like,
true.
Like, I think they're saying like May 8th. I don't know why that date came up. Did you see that date? Like, why is May 8th a date? Was that what Wolf said or something?
Here in the New York, New Jersey, I mean, Jersey's just copying whatever New York City says to do. So New York City said everything's staying the same until May 15th here. Maybe it's different down in Philly, but it's May 15th, everything's staying the same at that point. So right now they're working on lifting all the essential, like it's going to be a rollout plan.
Okay.
But nothing changes until the 15th here.
So I think that's the thing. So I think it might be like May 8th here that rollout plan starts. But I don't know. Like, who the hell's listening to it anyway? Like, I mean, I saw. Well, here's a topic jump. So I don't really know how that's going to go. What I can tell you though is I'm ready for this to not be normal, because I'm seeing a post. I was just talking to Ann, and I was like, I saw a post this lady posted. I'm getting used to the new normal. I'm at, she said, at such and such grocery store with a mask on, 6 feet from everybody. This is getting used to the new normal way of life was the thing. And I was like, whoa, like, I don't blame this lady, I'm sure, but I'm like, this isn't. I hope everybody.
This is a hiccup, not a normal way of life.
Well, I also hope people, kind of dial it back to like their civil liberties of like, okay, like I get it. Like I'm not against, I think it is. I get what is going on with these protests and the nurses standing out front with saying, hey, look, I got people dying behind me and you're trying to jump back to work. I get that there's a balance there of like, social distancing and all that kind of stuff. But like, I really, really hope everybody is super clear that they're not going to just hand over their rights of you now have to wear a mask. You now have to stand 6 feet apart from somebody. You now have to like just giving over those rights to me is not cool. I want to say that it was just in the name of the post, was like not really thinking about it, but I don't want that to become like the general norm. I mean, that is not a world I want to live in. I don't know about you.
Time will tell, right? I mean, I think if everything starts getting lifted May 15th, I think it all goes away, but something happens, it starts becoming a norm, and it's just, how long does it last? That's it.
Yeah, I guess it's just like, what was that experiment they did with the elephant? Like, I forget what it was. It was like a real social experiment where this guy put like a giant elephant in a room. It was like a statued elephant. It was just like a room that didn't matter in like some sort of, not somewhere that didn't make sense. And at first it was like every time everybody would come in, first nobody wanted it there because it was like distracting to whatever it was. They were mad. And then, everybody would walk by and look at it. And then by the end, nobody even paid attention to it. It didn't even exist. It wasn't even, it was just the new reality.
And then if the elephant was taken away, people would be like, whoa, where's the elephant?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, we can't do that here. Like, not like this. Like, I'm not raising kids in this kind of world of like, I just, yeah. I mean, I'm obviously jumping way ahead here of like the possibility.
It's a bit of a paranoid thought, but it is also a potential outcome of it for sure. You know, to ignore it completely is one thing. So I think your point was don't give up civil liberties here. You know, remember what we stand for. So don't lose that in a month's time.
Right. That's the thing. Like, it sounds a little paranoid, but then again, does it? Like the reality of what's happening right now, nothing is really paranoid, like, at all, honestly. Like, what is paranoid? Because what has just happened in our lifetime, in this short period of time, is unspeakable, right? Unthinkable. Like, you can't, we're at the point now though too, where you look back like a few weeks and you go, I couldn't imagine thinking this the weekend before it all happened. Right. Mm-hmm. But now it's thinking like, I don't remember not thinking about life like this. Like, all of a sudden you have to like fight back to get to where you were.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's the 28-day habit thing, right? We've been in this for 28 days. It is now a habit. Everybody whatever you've been doing since this started is a habit now. So you have to outthink it.
Your neural pathways have all joined up, and this is how it is, right? Like, this is how you think now.
I mean, in 2008, we had that real estate crash, as most people know. But that wasn't there was no social challenge or change. Like, you go back to 9/11, it was like airport security, everything. You take September 10th, 2001, everything was different. And then from then on, it's just a norm of travel, right? Like, you're going to have to go through an hour of security. You're going to, XYZ, you can't bring XYZ on the plane. Everything's different. So it's like, what of that is now permanent? That's what we don't know. Yeah,
I think that's like how it works, right? So you just like, you go way overboard, because it was like, when it happened, every plane in the world was grounded, right? Like, you couldn't even fly. Nobody would fly. So then you push, and then eventually people push back, but you never push back to where you were before.
All the way, right?
Yeah. So like, so then how much do you continually give up over your lifetime is the question. And what is worth giving up and what's not? Obviously, like we said earlier, like, we agree that there's preventative measures, or we think that there's preventative measures. I don't even know if that's the truth. Like, people were like, put masks on. I don't even know if that's how a virus is supposed to. Like, should a virus just run its course? I don't know. I have no idea. But we're doing what we think is right. But can we get back to what this existing condition before this? I hope, man. Like, the mask is going to become a symbol, not so much like caring about wearing a mask. It's going to become a symbol of like freedom, in my opinion. And I think right now, I think we should be doing everything. I think right now it symbolizes more like thinking of other people and doing the right thing to help other people. But I think beyond that, it becomes a symbol that, people could really not like. I think it could be a very polarizing symbol on both sides.
Maybe. Yeah, we're not there yet, but I see what you're saying. Where it could
go with that? Yeah. Or it could just disappear and nobody could buy another mask ever again and everything's fine. So
I think that's where everyone's at right now. And you can kind of tell with the market, right? Like, it's not moving, because what that means is everyone's waiting for May 15th, the May 8th date. Like, hey, is anything going to happen between now and then? Or are we getting ready to go back to life the way we knew it? Right. There's a lot of pent up emotions right now of what to do and what not to do.
Yeah. I think people are over. I think right now at this point where, the public in general is over hearing politicians talk. Right. Right now, at first it was like, okay, this is the next step. This is the next step. Now it's like falling on deaf ears. Like, either action is taken to move in a direction, or I don't want to hear about your plan for the plan for the plan. Like, I don't want to hear about your rollout plan. Like, where are we going? And I think everybody's kind of thinking that. I think the market's thinking that right now, which is, and I know you and I were messaging earlier before this, but like, you're looking at a time when the market is at a very specific spot that I was kind of messaging you in terms of price, which means like it's the shit or get off the pot moment with this market. And so the next week's close with April and so forth is really significant to the marketplace because it's waiting. It's in the perfect scenario to either complete the bear's dreams of anybody who's in a bear market if this goes in their direction, it fulfills destiny. It also shatters anybody who is short right now holding on. It shatters it at this point, but it's just been sitting here because it has to make a decision. And that speaks to like everyone as to what's going on.
Yeah, it's very much a wait and see, which is a scary position to be in. Actually, I kind of want to talk about that. It's a concept of who do you listen to, because it's something that I am very adamant on. Who do you listen to? Which is basically always listen to somebody who has what you want and has been where you are, right? And I mentioned that because and I've seen this with family members, unfortunately, that they're in a position of, hey, market's doing stuff. I want to be one of those people who made a ton of money out of 2008, made a ton of money out of 2001, right? But what I'm preaching here is caution. And if you're just getting into it right now, or even like the last 3 months, you kind of missed the boat. And what I mean by that is you're gambling right now. Your homework to be able to prepare for moments like this should have been done 5 years ago, or if not more, of learning from people who know how to do this. If you're just getting in the last month or two, or even prior to the crash, and you're listening to somebody else who made a few, let's just say made some sort of profit, but that's it, because they just got started and they kind of suckered you in saying, yeah, it's great. I'd be very careful with your money right now. I would just be cautious of where you're putting it, because it's very gambling right now. Yes, you may, if you were to put money in right now, you may end up catching that ride up that we were just talking about. But you can also very likely lose all the money for your family. So be very careful if you're just getting into the stock market. That's kind of my...
Yeah, I mean, the market's got a hell of a way of making you think something about yourself one way or the other. So it makes you feel like an idiot, or it makes you feel way smarter than you are, one way or the other. So like the trap with the market, and we just had a buddy so we have we play a lot of DraftKings, right? And so we're on DraftKings, and we have these, you play these promotions.
Adriel, if you're watching, I assume that's what you're about to tell.
I'm sure, yeah. So Adriel, yes, that's exactly what it is. So he got excited because he hit on dollar slots. He hit, for $120. That's a huge payout. So the market, or the market that we were in, the gambling market there, got his confidence up, and he goes, well, I'm going to put all of it now on the draft last night on Tua. And I don't know if he did, but he would have lost.
He lost.
He lost. Did he do it?
Oh, I don't know if he did. When he says yes, I'm just going to say yes, he did.
Okay. So for the analogy purposes, though, if somebody is going to play the stock market and bang, the market goes up, you get confidence and you think that you outsmarted the market. You can't be stopped. And this is like a common theme in the marketplace for mentally playing the market, but the market stands for anything else in life too, right? So
exactly.
Humility and humbleness is really important. Understanding that, you hedged your bet, you were fortunate, but you hedged your bet, and that's all that was. It does not apply to the next incident. It does not make you smarter. And then the moment you're smarter, it just whacks you across the face and, takes all your money back. And that's what Ryan's saying is like, unless you're very in tune with the market and understand how to hedge risk and understand the next move could be your last, literally, like in the marketplace, like that's, it's one thing. You're only as good as your last trade, because you're only as valued as your last trade. Then, okay, then trade. But, I'm doing this for 15 years. And so starting a month ago would not have been so, well, I don't want to say starting. You can start at any time, but starting also means studying, learning, understanding price action and so forth. But like jumping in with real money, I mean, you can call that starting too. It's just a matter of how much you want to lose. I just read that. I mean, I think I sent you a post about a guy whose ego went all in we went in at $250,000, and it was his entire savings, and he was down to $286 because he went all in on a short. And I don't laugh at that, because that's serious, but that was, and he admitted, he was like, yeah, like, here's my mess up. I tried to make the market do something. Market's going to do what it's going to want to do, not with me. So that's real money.
So Rich just posted, I actually got my best real estate vision out of this weirdness. It's a cliffhanger. He's going to tell us about it soon. But I mean, to Rich's point, this is the time when the best ideas that are going to shape you for the next 10 years or until the next crash. So, I mean, that's how you start seeing things like that. So Rich, definitely want to hear what your real estate vision was. Was it a vision quest? Like you're out in the desert? But This is it.
Got my best real estate vision out of this weirdness. All right, so Rich is not. So I gotta know what you're doing on a Friday afternoon. What you're ingesting on Friday at 12:30, Rich. What's going on? I want to hear this. We got to know the end of the story. We got to hear it.
All right. Well, while we
wait for Rich to type like crazy there, but yeah. So what else did I want to talk about? I had a bunch of things. Okay, so
swag. We can do the swag behind you.
Oh yeah. If you can guess what this is. Wait, can you see it?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. What this is. If you can get anywhere near the description as to what this is right here, you get a free t-shirt. I'm thinking you could guess it. Like you could logically deduce what that is, right? Technically, I think.
I know what it is. So
could you logically, like there's a hint that you could be given the reason that it looks so odd.
Right. Yeah, I think I know you're going with that.
Come together with that.
If nobody guesses, we'll have to we'll drop the hint.
Yeah. Okay, fine. You know what I needed to rant about today, which I don't know, since there's so part of our marketing is always like social media, right? We're always on social media, which means unfortunately I see a lot of social media. Like I don't love it, but like I'm constantly in tune with it, which I don't like. Like I try to partition it in my brain away from me. But I always see these pictures, and guys and girls are equally guilty of this, where they take like a selfie picture, right? Put some sort of suggestive comment on it. And I'm trying to but what I do in my head is like, I try to envision like the process.
Boom, Samantha Miller got it.
Really?
Yeah, she got it.
Son of a bitch. I thought it was going to be tougher. Let me see.
Well, she probably figured it out the same way you're saying. Green screen, right? That was the hint.
You logically come to this conclusion. How did you figure this out? That's the question. Like, did you know these were ornaments over there? Like, how did you know this? I need to know.
She's a genius.
She's a genius. All right. Well, put Samantha on the swag list, right?
Yeah. I'll get her info after this.
Samantha, if you could email Ryan or message your size and address, we will be sending you free gear. I mean, I was really hoping there's going to be like more like outlandish guesses, you know what I mean? But she just straight up nailed it.
I like the idea though. If we can come up with creative like green screen games. Those like ornaments. She got it off the ornaments.
Whoa, it was the ornaments. The ornaments gave it away. You know what we should do one day? I don't know why. So when your green screen is up and you're wearing that green HMB hoodie, how do you I was hoping that you were just going to be like a head, like a talking head.
I could make it that at some point.
Yeah, we should do that like next Friday. Just be like talking heads.
Yeah, in StreamYard, you can kind of set the shade of green. So.
Oh, so you get to pick up the okay. So we'll get it to pick that up next week, and then we'll try to do a Mike Friday talking heads.
Well, I didn't mean to interrupt your rant there because you're just getting to the good part. So you're saying guys and girls are equally guilty. Oh, yeah, yes. They take these angle pictures.
Right. So I put myself in their shoes, and I'm like, everybody knows the picture when they see it scrolling through their feed, right? Everybody knows that picture, guy or girl, doesn't matter. Typically, the girl is, it's like some sort of angle. I don't understand, like this, potentially with like the duck face, right?
You're gonna give us your best impression?
No. And, or with guys, a lot of times it's more of like, this is always a funny one to me, where the guy is like, tries to make it like he doesn't know the camera's there, with like, definitely got like a tank top on or something, and like he's like gazing at something, sometimes in his apartment, like he's gazing over the mountain in his apartment. But everybody knows the look, right? So it's either one of those two, and then it's like quarantining and something or whatever the hell. And then I'm like, okay, so that whole scenario as to why that's being posted, I get it. It's like going up because you need a vote of confidence. Then it's always in the response for the women. Somebody always chimes in, and for some reason, it's usually like a middle-aged woman that says "beautiful," like it just says "beautiful," like were we fishing for that compliment? What was it? And then I saw one yesterday, this guy on my post, and I was so uncomfortable just looking at the post in general. Like, I was like, I can't look anymore, turn away, but I have to look. I couldn't look. But, I saw nobody posted something about his physical, like what he was doing. I mean, this is
no reaction.
No react, full on shirt off in the sun. Like, it was like clearly what we were for, no reaction. And he was certainly like a physically fit dude, but I'm curious to know what people think. So the women typically get that 1,000 million upvotes and then beautiful. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then the guys got, here's the weird thing, right? There was a lot of interaction. There was a lot of comments about things that had nothing to do with the picture. When
Okay.
Normally, like I've seen his post before, like nobody really even responds. So the shirt off, but not posting about the shirt off, drove a whole lot of attention. I need to like understand the social logic behind all this. What you think? And the posts I'm talking about. Like everybody knows.
I do. And I also want to be careful what we say here. Because this is outside our realm. Like we don't know why people are doing that. I mean, I get it. I get the rant on it. But if somebody's doing that, there's probably deeper reasons behind it, right? So I don't want to offend anyone, basically. I get it. Like, I don't think Facebook's the place for that. Before I met my fiance, I was on dating apps, and you'd see things like that, which made sense. But there's people who are dating on Facebook as well, so it's totally fine.
That answer, though. I accept that answer. Are you hunting? Like, is that what it is? Are you hunting for the opposite sex? If that's what's going on, fair enough answer. Everybody's got to do that in a different style. I do not judge. Like,
the only time it makes me uncomfortable is when I know they're like married or something. It's weird because it's like uncomfortable on Facebook, but yeah, I'm still a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, like you can't, like you're cringing when you look at it, right? You're like, don't look, but I have to look. Definitely don't comment. I'm definitely not commenting. Comment. But like, I get where you're going with it. I figured I would just push, like, I was well aware coming into this conversation where this could go.
It's a risky topic. Hey, Andre, guys, will you do loans? I love it. We're talking about Facebook posts and we're getting the business questions. I love it, Andre. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm trying to not talk about loans, Andre, and you're asking me about business. Come on.
Perfect. So yes, we do loans under 100,000. So feel free to email me the address, purchase price, and reno. And then I'll take a look for you, see what we can do for you. So,
yeah, Ryan's email is right under his name right there. Let's see.
Ryan at hardmoneymakers.com.
Yeah, heard a comment the other day. Okay, so this is Josh's. If you post a selfie, you have to also post the number of times you retook the photo. Oh,
that's a good point.
That's good. I didn't even think about that because, all right. And I'm not like, I've just never done like a selfie. I don't even look at pictures when people take pictures of me and go like, people are like, let me see it. Cause everybody wants to see what they look like in the picture. I don't look, whatever. Like
you've also been basically married for 17, 18 years now.
That's true. I have no, like,
you weren't in the dating world for
I probably can't. No, in fact, I was a douche. Like I was my dating life or my hunting prowess was like, yeah, we should get some old school pictures of me. And who am I to talk? Like, yeah, oh my gosh.
And how many photos did that take before there was Facebook or your cell phone?
I never did that though. I never really like retook, but I have plenty of unspeakable acts that like of just, yeah. Okay. All right. I get it. I get where everybody's coming from. It's just been a while since I've been there. But I would like to know, Josh. I would like to know. You should. Yeah,
it's fair. It's a fair thing. It only took me 5 or 20 photos to get this perfect angle. And
oh man, we should get an old school picture of me from like college. Let's see. I had
blonde
hair, both ears pierced,
piercings, my eyebrow
pierced. Yeah. I mean, I was out there with my feathers way spread out, looking off of my chest, looking for it, right? That's what I was doing.
Who wasn't in college, though, right? Business never stops. You're damn right, Andre. You're damn right.
That's right, man. That's right.
It's a big point, especially right now. Don't let your business stop. You should be putting in more time right now. That's what you got to be doing. So loving to see it out there.
Yeah, stop watching us and start running. Get in here and selflessly plug your business.
That's what I want to rant on. This video right here goes out to over 100,000 people.
Thank you, Randy. Yeah. Okay, go.
Anybody can come in here and say, contact me for whatever, plumbing, haircut. I don't care what you do. That's it. You just got free advertising. How is nobody doing that right now?
You know what's weird too is that so everybody talks about doing social media. There's not going to be a time for the rest of our lives. There's going to be more people watching at 1 o'clock in the afternoon than right now. This is it. So this is like as big as social media exposure can get for the rest of our lives. So blows my mind. I don't know why people aren't jumping in here.
Yeah. I'm calling you out, listeners, right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just come in here.
All 7 of you calling you right out. Let's see. By the way, is Ann feeding you both? Okay, so Josh is now taking pot shots at us. Is Ann feeding you? Both of you guys need to grab a bite from time to time. So here's my theory on that statement, Josh. When people make comments about me being skinny, I'm always like, rephrase that. Because is it relative to you? That's what I'm thinking in my head, right? So I'm like, is it relative to the person telling me you need to eat something? I'm like, are you just saying like, shit, I weigh too much? And so in order to make me feel better about myself, I need to tell you you're skinny, right? Like eat a sandwich. In other words, I need to get in the gym. Like that's what I usually think. Cause I'm like, if we were in Italy or something, like have you ever seen like all like the guys in Italy, they're all built like us. Like we're all a bunch of skinny.
Oh yeah. It's such an American comment. Such an American comment.
Yeah. Like we're just skinny dudes. You know, I can do a few push-ups and a few pull-ups, but like, yeah, I'm definitely not making the draft, right? That's not happening. You won't see me. So, but like, I'm always like, are they saying it because it's relative to them? And that's their way of making a comment about me, which I don't know if it's a compliment or just like a reflection of like, damn, I need to like not eat this pizza. I don't know. I'm sure you don't think of it like that, do you? Right? So I guess what I'm saying is, Josh, do you need to get back in the gym or not? All right. Now, I'm needless to say, there's one person that, if he really wanted to, has more discipline getting in shape than anybody else is Josh. That dude was a wrestler in college, and I've seen some pictures of when he was in college, and he was ripped, shredded to the bone. So,
Sam, give us your contact info. We'll put it up for you.
There we go, Samantha. That's exactly it. If you need an excellent agent in the Philadelphia market, please contact Samantha Miller. And if you feel comfortable, Samantha, you're more than welcome to post your email. We don't get mad. And if you want to come in here and chat about stuff that we don't even know what we're talking about at this point, you're more than welcome to do that. So good realtor, Samantha. That's all we're asking for. It's like, take advantage of this time. We have a huge viewer base, and it will go out to see the hundreds of thousands of people. Like, I don't know, people charge like 10,000. So I've been solicited for similar sized email lists before, right? Like, you know, because our distribution list is very large, and they're selling their weekly blasts at $10,000 a clip for a spot in the advertising section. And it's a business, like they're making. I'm like, because I remember asking the guy, I was like, well, for 10G, how many people are going to see this? And he like said the number of that we have. And I was like, dude, I'm like, I send that out weekly for free for people around here. So yeah, $10,000 a week per send out. So it's not even like I get like a subscription for a month. It was per week. I was like, gosh damn. All right, here's
I think we should change our business model then.
Yeah, right. I'm in the wrong business. All right, Samantha Miller, great realtor in Philadelphia. Everybody here. Luxury homes? You're in the luxury? Okay, that's cool. I know. How are you guys doing right now with like luxury homes actually? Still helping buyers submit sight unseen. So the luxury, we just had John Baleris on
a couple weeks ago now.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I guess now, yeah. And he's in luxury homes as well. So I was just curious to know like what that marketplace looks like, because in a time like this, it's like more, you know, let's just be honest, like secondary homes, vacation homes, high-end homes, and condos all get hit the hardest. But you know, we had an interesting perspective from John, from Brian Reed for his beach homes and so forth. Like there's an inelastic group of people where like, you know, if you're an athlete and you have $100 million and you're going to buy a luxury home, this doesn't impact you. You're still going to buy a luxury home. So, yeah, I'm super curious to know like what your thoughts or opinion are on what you're seeing right now.
I mean, I'll wait for Samantha's response there, but I know in New York, I got a family member of mine who works in the high end, and they're hurting. They're hurting right now for New York, like the
They're
city,
phenomenal.
Manhattan. Yeah, it's slow, but
all right. So I'm going to jump to Samantha's answer, which is I work with investors doing smaller deals all throughout the city too. So your team specializes in luxury and you do a lot of investment projects. What have you noticed? I am curious to know what your opinion is on both sides of that, because I know the investment front pretty well in terms of what we've noticed. But I value everybody's opinion in terms of everybody's got a different perspective. Andre Mack, there you go. Contact me if you need a qualified plumber for your real estate projects. Andre, put the email in there and we'll gladly post it for you.
And what location you in as well, Andre? What area?
Virtual tours. Yeah. So virtual tours, I think that was one of the things besides day drinking that's going to stick moving forward is going to be virtual tours in the, I think in all real estate. You know, we were just talking about it with Kyle yesterday on the show, and it was like honestly, for convenience sake, like from where I stand, I'd rather be able to put like a VR set of goggles on in my living room, look at 10 houses in a virtual tour and tell you which one I want to narrow it down to. I don't see how that's not going to stick at this point. So I think it'll be one of those things that sticks moving forward.
It's so efficient. It's so it's one of those, like, how did they do it before that? Wow. They went to the house, every single house they went to.
Yeah. Like everyone, like how many days did this take to do? Like weeks, months? Like what were you doing? Like, that's like the feeling that it's definitely going to get. And for sure. I think that's going to be one thing that sticks. Jeremy says, what's up? What's going on, Jeremy? It's happening on this lovely Friday afternoon for you. Backgrounds are tight. Yeah. The alternative background, Jeremy, is a giant green screen behind us. So we went with socially acceptable, probably. We have other ones that are, so this was the easiest one. We actually I had to like narrow it down like day one when Zoom popped out. I was like, yeah, this green screen looks pretty not good. What do I do? And then we were like, oh, there you go. Ryan was able to drop it. So there's your alternative. There's the not tight background. Andre Mack. Okay. So there is your primary Philadelphia plumbing needs. That is his email. There's a lot of people that will see this. Call Mac, and I'm just glad he's going to give us a 50% referral on all jobs. That's a really great deal that he struck. I'm just kidding. I don't need your money. We don't want your money. So Andre's got some plumbing coming deal. I'm sure these guys like contractors will be really backed up for like the plumbing contractors will be backed up. Good job there, Ian. That was good. So I think contractors in general, that wasn't funny. I don't get a laugh on that.
What?
Plumbing contractors will be backed up, right?
Ah, wow. Whew, right over.
Yeah, everybody got it. So, but I'm thinking like what's going to happen with these guys, all of them are just sidelined right now, like a lot of other people. I wonder how long it's going to take to go from like, as soon as everything opens back up, with investing in stuff and everything, that they're going to be like, will it take like 2 weeks to get a plumber to your house? Because you know what I mean? Like how long will it take to get a contractor to do a job? Like, are they going to be so far back up right now, or they maybe go, well, let me prioritize the money, who's going to pay me more now because I can't even get a contractor to my house. Like, I think there'll be this weird stint of like, as it renormalizes, of like weird things that that'll happen and then people will be like, oh, the new norm is like, you're paying this much. And then all of a sudden it's just going to slow right back down to demand. I wonder if we'll see that across like a bunch of industries. What do you think?
The time frame is the biggest question there. Like, there's definitely going to be we stopped a train that's been moving for 12 years and accelerating too. It hasn't even just been moving. It's been going faster and faster and faster. So we stopped it. So we're going to see some weird ripple effects of starting this stream back up. So that's that. I don't even know what to predict with what you're just saying, because I definitely think there's going to be people who are saying like, I don't care. I'll pay you double what you normally get. Just get over here. Right.
You're right. Right. Well, oh man, did you see that terrible trick that people were doing to delivery drivers when they couldn't find anybody? I don't know if you heard of it. So They were loading their card up, right, and then putting in like $400 tip. And then when they would get there and deliver it, they would either like cut the tip down to zero or whatever. They were tricking delivery drivers out of demand. Yeah, it was terrible. It's like, gosh damn it. Like how selfish can you get?
We've been doubling all of our tips. We've had some food delivered. We double it right now.
It was because like when people were having a tough time finding like, delivery, they're just literally tricking them into.
Oh, I see. So
yeah, the demand was high.
the delivery people was so high that.
Yeah,
Yeah, contractors got to be aware of that coming up, right? Like, you may want to get some maybe cash up front before going to do a job that just promised you double the payment, right?
Yeah. Or say they're gonna pay. It's like, well, you're gonna get that line at the end. Things are tight now with the quarantine,
right?
You're getting money and blah blah blah, and you're like holding the bag, right?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be, a game of who's gonna be left holding the bag. That's very much it. So yeah, people are gonna be cautious for sure. I think it's gonna last. The ripple effect, I think, is going to last longer than we initially, if you were listening to our show a month and a half ago, we were saying, this will all go over and everything will go right back to normal by May, June. I think this ripple effect could be a lot longer than what we initially could see.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be in just ways we didn't think of. Like, I think that's the key. Is like it's like
we still don't know.
We're trying to cover all corners and all. This is likely what's going to happen. That's likely what's going to happen. But like, I mean, for sure, we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody does. And then most importantly, it's like, well, what does happen? And how are we going to adapt to that, whatever that scenario becomes, right? Like, I think the key is just that we're going to know how to, we're going to adapt. I mean, I guess the thing is, this scenario being locked down is the hardest thing to adapt to. So anything outside of that, in theory, should be easier to adapt to, which in theory, right? But that's the thing too. If you have something that's even harder to deal with, that sends the market through the ground. So I don't know. Is it our time or is it not?
Find out next week.
Yeah, I like I like this other ticker I put in the bottom here. Are you in your house and wearing a mask?
I do wear my mask. So I live in an apartment complex. I do wear it when I leave my apartment, like to just go like down the hall and do the laundry. So,
I mean, I get that if you live close to.
Or are you wearing it in your own home? What if you have a family member that goes out and comes back?
So I mean, I haven't been like, I've gone for food and I've left my compound a couple times, extremely minimal, but a couple times, and it's so weird to go out and like everybody looks at everybody differently, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at people. You're like, normally you would just walk by somebody in the street, say what's up, or almost brush into somebody. Now you think everybody has the plague, right? Everybody thinks you have the plague, and it's this weird social interaction going on right now, right? It's such a weird feeling. You don't know what people's preferences are on their social distancing. They don't know yours. Are they trying to I saw the one thing that was like, there was like a hotline to call if people didn't have their masks on or if people were playing in the park. Like, there's a weird social thing going right now with that. And I don't blame people. Like you said, like if you're around people, you put that stuff on. But the question is then, I mean, we just had it yesterday actually. So I came back I was taking a walk, and our neighbor that was like down the road ended up bumping into her kids, our kids. And I'm like, and now they're playing together. And all those thoughts just went through my head. And I'm like, you can't, what are we going to do? Turn away and run from our neighbors? Like, where did they go? Where were they? Where was the person before them? Like, all those thoughts go through your head, right?
Crazy time, as they say.
Yeah, crazy time. All right. Do we have anybody else that wants to? We have two people that intelligently promoted their business. And I think we're going to wrap this up. You got anything else you want to talk about, Rye?
Nah, it's good. I think we got an exciting next week coming up. Good, really big Jersey people coming into our show here. So looking forward to next week, and we'll keep going as long as this quarantine's here. Try to give some entertainment, get some good advice out, and we'll see you next week.
All right, you're going to put Samantha's name on the swag list.
Samantha's name's going on the swag list. She'll be getting the t-shirt and other good gifts. So thanks again, Samantha.
Later, guys. Or later, guy.